This is the Florida Rules of Judicial Administration, 2020. This is 2022 right now. This is Rule 2.425, Minimization of the Filing of Sensitive Information. This Rule 2.425 goes along with Rule 2.420, Public Access to and Protection of Judicial Branch Records, which is part of the Florida Civil Rules of Procedure, or the Florida Rules of Civil Procedure, abbreviated FLA.R.civ.P. Rule number 1.020, Privacy in Court Records. This is one of the first rules in the Civil Rules of Procedure, which says that the Florida Rules of Judicial Administration apply to these initial rules of civil procedure. So if you're reading through these, very early on, there's Rule 1.020. It says the Florida Rules of Judicial Administration, Rule 2.420 and 2.425 apply, just as if they were part of this rule, Privacy in Court Records. So, Florida Rules of Judicial Administration, Rule 2.425, Minimization of the Filing of Sensitive Information. This is a 5-parter. It's A, B, C, D, and E. It's 3 pages. A. Limitation for court filings. Unless authorized by Subdivision B, Subdivision B is exceptions, which says Subdivision A does not apply to the following. So these are all the exceptions that don't apply to everything here in Subdivision A. Subdivision A. Unless authorized by Subdivision B, statute, or another rule of court, where the court orders otherwise, designated sensitive information filed with the court must be limited to the following format. So unless it's in Section B, another statute, another rule of court, or a judge orders it, sensitive information must be limited to the following. 1. The initials of a person known to be a minor. 2. The year of birth of a person's date of birth. 3. No portion of any social security number, bank account number, credit card account number, charge account number, or debit account number. No portion of any. The last 4 digits of any taxpayer identification number, employee identification number, driver's license number, passport number, telephone number, financial account number, except as set forth in Subdivision A3, brokerage account number, insurance policy account number, loan account number, customer account number, or patient or healthcare number. Use the last 4. So this Subdivision A3, financial account number. This would be A3, no portion of any bank, charge account, financial account. So you can only use the last 4 digits of a financial account number, as long as it is not a bank account number or a credit card or charge account. 5. A truncated version of any email address, computer username, password, or personal identification number, PIN. And 6. A truncated version of any other sensitive information as provided by court order. So if a judge or the clerk of the court or something to that effect, you need to provide a truncated version of the sensitive information. Exceptions. Subdivision B. Subdivision A does not apply to the following. 1. An account number which identifies the property alleged to be the subject of a proceeding. 2. The recording of an administrative or agency proceeding. 3. The record in appellate or review proceedings. Appellate is the appeals court, a record of the appeals court. or any review proceedings. For the date of birth of a minor, whenever the date of birth is necessary for the court to establish or maintain subject matter jurisdiction. The name of a minor in any order relating to parental responsibility, time sharing, or child support. 6. The name of a minor in any document or order affecting the minor's ownership of real property. I believe this is talking about real estate. If the parents die and leave it to the minor child, the minor's ownership of real property. A house, real estate, I believe. I don't know what else it would be relating to if they're a minor. The birth date of a party in a writ of attachment or notice to payer. 8. In traffic and criminal proceedings, a pro se filing, a court filing that is related to a criminal matter or investigation and that is prepared before the filing of a criminal charge or is not filed as part of any docketed criminal case. Docketed means the judge and the court have it on a schedule, docketed. An arrest or search warrant or any information in support thereof. A charging document, something the district attorney files formal charges against you, a charging document. And an affidavit or other documents filed in support of any charging document, including any driving records. A statement of particulars, discovery material, introduced into evidence or otherwise filed with the court. All information necessary for the proper issuance and execution of a subpoena dues tecum. Information needed to contact witnesses who will support the defendant's claim of newly discovered evidence under Florida Rules of Civil Procedure of Criminal Procedure 3.851. Florida Rules of Criminal Procedure 3.851. And information needed to complete a sentencing score sheet. This is if you've been arrested before and you get arrested again. If you get sentenced, your score sheet, how many times you've been arrested, will be used. 9. Information used by the clerk of the court for case maintenance purposes or the courts for case management purposes. Information used by the clerk for case management purposes. Or the courts, information used by the courts for case management purposes. Information which is relevant and material to an issue before the court. Subdivision C, remedies. This is what you're asking the court to do for you. Or if you're arrested, sentenced, sentencing is a remedy for the crime. Remedies upon motion by a party or interested person or sua sponte by the court. This means the judge can make a decision or the clerk of the court can make a decision, sua sponte, by themselves without the motion by another party or some other hearing or something to that effect. The court may order remedies, sanctions, or both for a violation of subdivision A. Following notice and an opportunities to respond, the court may impose sanctions if such filing was not made in good faith. This in good faith is used a lot in the law and statutes regarding personal injury, medical malpractice, contract law. Things attorneys do must be in good faith, an affidavit, oath in good faith. So if you do something not in good faith and you file something to use someone's bank account number or something like that, the remedy for that is you'll be sanctioned, which means money or your motion is thrown out or whatever, for the violation of subdivision A. So this is remedies for subdivision A. D. Motions not restricted. This rule does not restrict the party's right to move for protective order, to move to file documents under seal, or to request a determination of the confidentiality of records. Confidentiality plays a lot into the Rule 4.2 2.0, it's all about confidentiality. It's about 20 pages long. E, application. This rule does not affect the application of constitutional provisions, statutes, or rules of court regarding confidential information or access to public information. That is it. That is the ABCDE of Rule 2.425 of the Florida Rules of Judicial Administration 2020. The minimization filing of information. If you do something A, file your entire birth date, someone else's entire birth date, there is a remedy in section C. This is interesting here, the application. The rule does not apply constitutional, statutes, or rules of court.